More than one half of Chicago's households are renters. Rental housing has always been the backbone of our communities and of our neighborhoods, and affordable rental housing is really the foundation of strong communities. At its most basic, we can't produce the units today that we're living in, that people are living in today, that we're depending on. Most of the rental stock in Chicago was built almost 100 years ago. And we're living with a stock that today to build those units might cost $200,000 to $300,000 a unit. So simply put, there's a big disconnect. We can't produce the units today we can't produce them. The marketplace can't produce those units, and we need to preserve what we have because we're depending on a housing stock that was built almost 100 years ago. In Chicago, the biggest challenge, there's really two challenges. It's a dual challenge. You lose affordable rental housing. You can lose it out of the top end or out of the bottom end of the pot. At the top is in the neighborhoods that are improving neighborhoods, gentrifying neighborhoods, whereas rents go up, owners opt out of the program, they go condo, or they opt out of a restricted rent program and go to market rate rents, or they go condo. That's one loss of the units. The second loss of the units is out of the bottom, where in other neighborhoods that are disinvested neighborhoods, it's too hard to manage the properties, there's disinvestment, and eventually code enforcement can lead to abandonment and eventually demolition of the properties. We are working on something called the Troubled Buildings Initiative. And the Troubled Buildings Initiative is an effort with the City of Chicago and with the various departments. You have the Law Department, the Building Department, the Department of Housing. But the idea is when the city goes after a bad building in a neighborhood, a bad multifamily building, that strong code enforcement, in the past, strong code enforcement could lead to could lead to abandonment and eventually demolition of the property. We want the code enforcement instead to lead toward a rehabilitation of the property. So my organization, CIC, has taken a role of receiver in housing court. And as a court-appointed receiver, CIC can make improvements to the property, can stabilize the operations of the property, and eventually get in a position to find new ownership to come in and take care of the property long term.